What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you guys check out all the links in the description below. So, everyone knows that there are successful and failure video game consoles. I mean, everyone knows that. Failure and success video game consoles. Well, we used to have the Virtual Boy. It upsets a lot of people because it was a virtual reality headset. Because Nintendo is bringing back Virtual Boy, it makes me like it. I don't even care if it's a failed console or not, but I do care that if it's either a failed console or a success console. But now that it was a failed console, the Virtual Boy, it seems like Nintendo doesn't care anymore, which kind of makes a lot of sense though. And they're now bringing it back anyways. So I'm hoping we get to see more retro game ideas though, definitely. So, as I was saying, the Virtual Boy, it was a failed console, but now Nintendo is bringing back the Virtual Boy on the Nintendo Switch. So I'm hoping we get to see more Virtual Boy game ideas in the future Nintendo Direct. So definitely though, as I was saying, Nintendo has worked on lots of great games. They've worked on many retro games for the NES, the original Game Boy, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, the Nintendo GameCube, and also the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo GameCube, the original Wii, and the Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch. And that's how I was going to say, for sure, the Nintendo Switch. I mean, the Nintendo Switch is not a retro console, but it counts, though, definitely, because the Switch 2 is already out. Because the Nintendo Switch was one of the best consoles, and they've added in many retro games on this console. Same with the Nintendo Switch 2. But generally, though, once the Virtual Boy comes out on the Nintendo Switch and on the Nintendo Switch 2, it does require a VR headset. The Virtual Boy Accessory, because I know this used to be like that on Nintendo Labo, which means Nintendo Labo was discontinued pretty quickly somehow on the Nintendo Switch, and that's why Nintendo's not making more Nintendo Labo. That's how I was going to say. They're not making more Nintendo Labo accessories for the Nintendo Switch or for the Nintendo Switch 2. Definitely, because the Nintendo Labo was like, it was only for a short time though. But there's also Nintendo Switch accessories that they've announced, like Ring Fit Adventure as well though, definitely. I mean, Ring Fit Adventure, yo. I mean, who doesn't like Ring Fit Adventure? Do you guys like Ring Fit Adventure? Have you played it before on the Nintendo Switch? Ring Fit Adventure? I would like to know in the comments below if you guys have played Ring Fit Adventure still on the Nintendo Switch. And there are lots of Nintendo Switch accessories, like the steering wheel Joy-Con controller. I know this was like that on the original Wii with Mario Kart Wii. Something like that, though. Something like that. Oh, something. But also, there's just lots of weird Nintendo accessories that they've ever added in. I know that there's a lot, definitely, I would be able to say. But if I were you, what is your favorite Nintendo accessory for the Nintendo Switch? I would like to know in the comments below, though, definitely. But also, there's more to talk about. I know there are Wii U accessories, there's like Nintendo 3DS accessories. There was only a few of them, probably. And there's a lot of like accessories for any Nintendo console. I'm surprised there was one for the original Game Boy and for the Game Boy Advance. That's for sure. But the Nintendo Switch had became popular, and the Nintendo Switch 2. So Nintendo had started releasing Nintendo Switch accessories. They've released a lot of them somehow, and on the Nintendo Switch 2. That's what I was gonna say. But also definitely, let me know what is your favorite Nintendo Switch accessory you have ever owned before. Let me know in the comments below, definitely, because there's going to be a new accessory, which would be the Virtual Boy for the Nintendo Switch and for the Nintendo Switch 2. But once you start playing a Virtual Boy game, it's going to say a VR headset is required, which kind of makes sense though, definitely. And also, Virtual Boy is now on the Nintendo Switch Online, so it does require a Nintendo Switch Online individual membership or an expansion pack, depending on the plan you have. I mean, I have the expansion pack definitely so I can get access to N64, Sega Genesis, and also like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, anything. And also on the GameCube, but only if I have a Switch 2, definitely, but I'm working on it. So this will wrap it up here for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace!